to do group group 4. Are you ready to start?
Hello everyone. We'd like to start our panel discussion. My name is Taisei Motojima. I'm a moderator and panelist. The topic of this panel discussion is lessons you want your child to do. Panelist Tsubasa, Dion, Motoki, and me. Each panelist will have 7 minutes to present his or her opinion. I will now talk about the background of this panel discussion. Today, there are many kinds of lessons. Which ones are good for children? We choose the topic because we should to know which lessons are good for children. First, I will talk about the history of lesson. Nagao Tenilbun says lessons start in the Edo period or later and began in private schools like Terakoya. In this way, Terakoya, like today's CAM schools, are said to be the becoming lessons in Japan. So how these lessons start in other countries? Hisha 2024 says lessons become popular in Europe in the early 21st century and were added to schools as after-school activities. In this way, lessons have only started to get attention in other countries quite recently. What kind of good effects do lessons have on children? Only 2019 said reported that doing lessons at school or outside school has good special and emotional effect. It also has a positive effect on schoolwork. I will talk about this more later, but I really believe that doing lessons helps us stay healthy and do well in many things. Now I would like to that kind of lesson can have good effect and which lessons are good for small children to take when they are young. Some lessons are better for the today and some are better for the mind. It is important to choose lessons that match the child's age and interests. This is reference. Kendo. I think it is very good for young children to learn kendo. Kendo is a traditional Japanese medical art that improve hard training and requires working heavy protective gear such as a helmet and a chest protector. Ichinose 1992 said practicing kendo is beneficial not only for improving one's skills but also for building physical stress. From my From my own experience, I feel that my body become much stronger and healthy because of practicing kendo regularly when when the body becomes stronger, the immune system tends to improve and bone health gets better. I believe learning kendo is good for children in many ways, especially for their physical development. In addition to physical benefits, kendo teaches important social value. One of the key lessons in kendo is learning to respect others, especially teachers and teammates before and teammates before and after every match. Practitioners how bow to each other. This bowing is a way to show good manners and respect, and it teaches to value our opinions. Respect it is fundamental part of kendo, which helps children develop good character and discipline. Kendo also helps improve contraction and mental face during matches. Players must pay to close attention to their opponent's movements and react quickly. This practice trains their ability to face developly and think fast under pressure, skills that are useful in my many areas of learning. Finally, kendo teachers presentation and never give up even if someone lose a match. They learn to stand up, keep training, and work hard to improve. This lesson of persistence is very important for children's growth and for facing challenges in life. Kendo is not just about fighting with a sword. It helps children grow physicality, mentality, and sociality. That is why I think learning kendo is a very good lesson for children and is beneficial in many different. This is reference.
Hello everyone, my name is Basas Mura. I'm panelist. In recent years, practical lessons grammar school and English conversation and sports have become popular in society. However, by playing the piano, people can gain several skills. That's why I think children should play the piano. Uh, uh, from now on, I'd like to introduce the reasons for this from two perspectives. First, I'll introduce the cognitive aspect. And playing the piano is not just a musical activity, but also contribute greatly to a child's cognitive development. According to Schoenberg 2004, when 6-year-old children received music, music, music lessons, their IQ scores improved greatly compared to children who didn't receive music education. And to play the piano, people need to move their left and right hand separately while reading a music score. And that stimulate the multiple cognitive functions. And in this way, in the way, it's playing the piano helps and develop cognitive function. In addition, according to Pricemore et al. 2021, children who take music lessons have a significant improvement in working memory. Working memory is the ability to temporarily to remember and process information and essential for reading comprehension, program solving, and mathematical thinking. If this ability is trained through a piano practice, it may be stronger in developing learning activity that require concentration and multitasking. And furthermore, Ravshes et al. 1997, music training can bring about long-term changes in neural circuits in the brains and that are unrelated to music. And these changes are thought to lead to improved academic performance in subjects that spatial and temporal reasoning such as mathematics and science. Next, I'll introduce the aspect of social competence. According to Miyazaki et al. 2019, when a piano concert was held for young children, and the children's lively behavior and free expressive activities were observed. And this suggests that the experience of being exposed to sounds and rhythms of the piano bring out children's inner emotions and naturally develop the ability to express them outwardly. In addition, according to Kawase 2018, children who were exposed to music for a long time showed higher scores on empathy assessment and had better communication skills. And this result suggests music serves as a tool for emotional understanding, helping children to recognize and respond to the emotions of others more effectively. Moreover, according to Wu et al. 2021, incentive music training in early childhood may increase empathy. And piano may further enhance this effect by providing abundant opportunities for emotional expression and engagement through expressive language and other means. In addition to emotional development, regular piano practice fosters active listening, patience, and nonverbal communication. The essential for building strong social relationship. In this way, by playing the piano, children can not only improve the cognitive ability, but also uh, but also uh, social skills such as communication with others and self-expression. So I think children should play the piano.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryo Mizuno. I'd like to talk about English school asked for lesson. In Japan, there are many opportunities to interact with people from other countries. Japan National Tourism Organization 2025 reported that about 5 million foreign visitors came to Japan in 2003, and about 36 million foreign visitors came to Japan in 2024. In other words, the number of visitors increased by about 30 million over 20 years. This means that chances to communicate with foreign people are greatly increased. In the future, English is considered as even more necessary in society. Thus, studying English is highly effective. The purpose of this session is to show the importance and efficiency of learning English from a young age. This is outline. First, I'm going to talk about the efficiency of learning English from a young age. Second, I want to talk about the impact of positive efficiency of learning through English conversation. Third, I'm gonna talk about study habits. Finally, I'm gonna conclude. First, I want to talk about the efficiency of learning English from a young age. Learning English from a young age is very effective. Moriyama 1986 reported that the frontal lobe of the brain, which is related to children's potential, develop between 2 and 6. In addition, children's is not on the stage and it's not enough to speak Japanese fully. Thus, learning between Japanese and English at the same time is highly effective. In addition, Maruyama 1986 reported that English is still an important subject in many entrance examination. Thus, starting English study early gives children an advantage. Therefore, learning English from a young age is very effective. Second, I'm going to talk about the positive efficiency of learning through English conversation. English conversation is highly effective way for learning English. Mishima 1969 reported that a language changes depending on the situation. So learning English with sound can be the best way. In addition, Mishima 1969 reported that learning the language with sounds is very effective because this helps understand faster, improve memory, and remember longer. Thus, learning English with native sound is highly effective. On the other hand, Japanese people can't understand English pronunciation accurately. Miyawaki Ito 1975 reported that it is hard for many Japanese speakers to distinguish English pronunciation with high accuracy. According to a survey was conducted with them, American people can understand English pronunciation with high accuracy, but Japanese people could recognize English pronunciation as slight differences. Thus, Japanese are not good at perceiving artificial pronunciation. Furthermore, Lenny and Anderson Sai in 1975 reported that English textbooks used in Japan tend to teach, separate, and isolate English pronunciation. Thus, children can recognize English pronunciation. Therefore, learning English through English conversation is highly effective. But third, I'm going to talk about study habits. English schools can help children build study habits. Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology 2001 reported that English classes should focus on listening to and speaking simple and familiar English. on children's developmental stages. So, children can start learning English with easy content. This helps children to enjoy English and make easier to continue studying. In addition, study habits can positively impact on children's daily habits and improve academic performance. Kuroishi et al. 2010 reported that children's daily habits have impact on learning behavior and motivation. According to a survey was conducted with them, children who spend less time on the entertainment and began a more structured lives. Furthermore, children who go to English school at the same time avoid staying up late and watching TV. These English schools can be expected to improve children's daily habits. Therefore, English studying habits, English schools can help children build study habits. This method is highly effective. Let me summarize this session, the points of this session. The purpose of this session was to show the importance and efficiency of learning English from a young age. First, learning English from a young age is very effective because the brain is a stage of development. Second, learning English through English conversation is very effective. For Japanese people are not good at perceiving artificial pronunciation. Third, English school can help children build study habits because this helps children improve academic performance and build study habits. Therefore, English classes is best lesson for children. There are differences. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, I'm Makino Motoki. Recently, we often heard the word Yutori generation. According to Fujiwara, people in this generation are often honest and serious, but they lack confidence and afraid of making a mistake and are not good at communication. It is said that compared to the past, young people today have weaker mind and get depressed more easily. To avoid depression, important to build strong mental strength from a young age. That's why I think rugby is a good choice for children as a lesson. Today, I will talk about the benefit of rugby. First, rugby is a sport where you use your whole body. It can be scary to play hard like that, but by overcoming the fear, you can gain courage and confidence. Also, rugby is played with 15 players, so teamwork is very important. According to Mizobata, each position has a role, and it's important to play your part. Through rugby, children can learn communication skills, show their personality, and learn how to take responsi- responsibility. Huh? Playing team sports can also improve self-esteem and leadership skills. Next, rugby has many options during the game, and players must making quick and correct decisions. This helps build decision-making skills. Murata, it is said that rugby has educational value because it helps develop this skill. This skill can help in real life, like when making a big choice in society, or even when you want to stop being indecisive on a date. Also, rugby has great health benefit since it is a high intensity sport. It helps improve your heart and muscle strength. It can also help reduce stress and prevent depression. For girls, playing rugby can help balance hormone, and it has been shown to reduce the risk of breast cancer by 25%. So as we can see, rugby has many good points for both boys and girls. It is great sport for children to learn. Now let's look back at the other panelists' opinions. Taisei says that through Kendo, children can learn good manner and how to take care of things. Tsubasa says that playing the piano improve brain functions and social skill like communication. Leon says that learn English conversation is helpful for Japanese people, and it improves school performance and daily habit. My opinion is that rugby helps children gain skills they need in society. Now, I have a question for panelists. Through, through you suggest activity, what is the most important skill you want children to develop?
I won't give up, but I can hold on.
I think I want children to uh, acquire cognitive skills such as working memory.
I want my children to develop study habits. To build study habits, I want my children to improve academic performance and build and study habits, daily habits.
Thank you to all the panelists. So to summarize the session, we talk about what kind of lessons are good for children. In conclusion, every activity had good point, and all other them can be helpful in the future. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for your interesting panel discussion. Audience, do you have any question? Thank you. Thank you for. Thank you very much for group for. Please be. Please big hand for group for. Thank. I would like introduce the second panel. They will have hold a discussion on which animals would be best to be reborn as. Group 3, are you ready to start?
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to start our panel discussion. My name is Soho. I'm a moderator of this panel discussion. The title of this panel discussion is Which animal would be best to be reborn as? Then I would like to introduce the panelists, Haruto, Kosuke, Nodoka, and me. They have 7 minutes to present his or her opinion. In our daily life, people have probably imagined which animal would be best to be reborn as. It is natural feeling to admire how animals live by their instinct. They don't care about complex ties of human society. According to research by Kellett, 1993, it suggests that animals that people feel attracted to is very closely related to their personality and inner desire. For example, people who like aggressive animals tend to have a strong desire to win. On the other hand, people who like peaceful animal tend to cooperate. And then, if you could be reborn, what animal would you want to become? Since we live only as human, it is good to become animals with some intelligence and special ability people don't have, humans don't have. In this way, orca is the best choice. I will explain 3 reasons why. First, orca are smart. Second, orca are strong. Third, orca can live anywhere. Orca are smart. Orca have very high intelligence and social skills. According to Delpha and Marty 2001, orca can recognize themselves by looking in the mirror, so they can understand who they are. And orca can copy what other orca and human do, and even human voices. According to he 2023, they use special sounds to talk with their family, and they teach how to hunt and other action to the next generation. This shows that they have a culture like humans and apes. Orca are strong. Orca is top hunter in the sea. According to Ford et al. 2000, orca hunt seals, dolphin, and even sharks with their family. They have strong teeth and bone and muscle, so they can move fast, swim fast, and jump high. When they hunt, they use teamwork and plan to hunt. They they are not they are not just using the power. Orca can live anywhere. According to Ford et al. 2000, orca live in all almost ocean on Earth, from the Arctic to the Antarctic and Quota. They can live cold places and hot places, and they can travel long distance to hunt to find food. Orca have a great intelligence and strength and adaptability. If we were orca, we can live freely without complex rule of human society and can do what human can't do. So therefore, I believe that orca is the best choice.
Thank you. My name is Haruto Nishiwaki. If a human were to be reborn, I believe the best animal is eagles. Eagles is not only beautiful and powerful bird, they have freedom and great vision, strength, and wisdom. In many cultures, they carry deep symbolic meaning, and in nature, they play a key role in keeping ecosystem balance. In this presentation, I like to explain why I think the eagle is best animal were to be reborn, as focused on strength, ability, role in nature, and other culture meaning. First of all, eagles are famous for great vision. According to National Geography, their vision is 4 to 5 better than humans. They can spot prey from more than 2 kilometers away while flying high in the sky. Their large eyes are specially adapted to catch small movement on the ground. Because of this scale, eagles are seen as symbolic of clear thinking and insight. Besides great vision, eagles have a great body. Their clothes is powerful. The kernel level of ornithology says eagles' grip strength can reach 400 pound per square inch. It is about 10 times stronger than human hand. And this allows to hold onto prey tightly. Their shape curved beaks are made to their meats and wide wings up to 2.3 meter in species. Let them fly smoothly with little energy. Every part of body they build for strength, precision, and success in the sky. eagles also play an important role in nature. As top predator, they help control the number of other animals and keep in nature balance. According to Wildlife International, eagles often eat sick, weak, or dead animals. This help uh, this helps stop the spread of disease and keep in ecosystem healthy. Because of this, people sometimes call them nature cleaners. So when eagles live in an area, it shows the food chain is working well. Eagle have strong meaning in many culture. In America, believe that believe they are messenger from spirit world and a symbol of courage. In ancient Roma, they stand for power and eternal life. People respect eagles not just only their body, but also their behavior. They live and hunt alone. Also, eagles renew themselves, molting, replacing old feather with new ones. It is symbol of rebirth and the power to grow through challenges. In conclusion, being reborn as an eagle means more than just becoming a strong bird. It means living with purpose, awareness, and independence. Eagles have amazing physical traits, help protect the environment, and have inspired people around the world with their symbolic meaning. Their ability to use above the world, see clear, and live with strength is something I deeply respect. That's why, if I had the chance to be reborn as an animal, I choose the eagles. This is references.
Hello everyone, I'm Kosuke Nakata. If a human were to reborn being a cat would be one of the best choice. Cat Cats are not just cute and independent. They are emotionally intelligent and good at living with people. First, cat can form strong emotional bond with humans. Vital et al. 2090s shows that cats form attachment with their owner, much like dogs or even human babies. In their study, cats stayed close to their owners and sought comfort, showing emotional as well as physical connection. Common cat behavior rubbing against people, sitting nearby or following from room to room demonstrates trust and affection. Cats also understand human emotion. Current et al. 2020 found that cats can recognize facial expression like happiness and anger. When a person looks angry, a cat may walk away or act more carefully. If the person smiles,
The cat might purr or stay close. This shows that cats are more emotionally sensitive than many people thought. In addition to emotional intelligence, cats are smart. Takagi told 2090 found that cats can remember the names of other cats in the same home. In their experiment, cats looked surprised when the name called did not match the cat that appeared, suggesting they can match names to individuals. Cats also benefit humans. Shin et al. 2022 conducted a large meta-analysis and found that owning a cat is linked to less stress and a lower risk of heart disease. Cats purr at a frequency that help people relax and even heal. Many owners say their cat presence helps them unwind. Cats are even used in animal-assisted therapy to reduce anxiety and improve mental health, especially for people who live alone or are elderly. Cats represent balance. They enjoy solitude but also form deep human bonds. This mix of independence and closeness makes them symbol of peaceful living. They remind us that it's okay to enjoy good moments, but also important to connect with others. What also makes cats special is how they first come to live with humans. Discover et al. 2009 explained that long ago, cats began visiting human farms to catch mice, and in return, humans gave them food and shelter. This was not a forced relationship, it was manual. Today, cats still choose when to be close and when to be alone. They are not fully controlled, yet they respond to society and remember routine, voice, and their homes. Cats are more than pets. They are companions with emotional awareness, intelligence, and independence. Being reborn as a cat would mean a life of calm, freedom, and connection. It would offer perfect mix of emotional depth, peaceful surround, and meaningful bond.
Hello everyone, my name is Nodoka. I'm panelist D. If a human were to be reborn, the best animal is a bear. They can sleep for a long time in winter and still stay strong and healthy. I think that many people today are always tired. They spend long hours sitting, and they always attached to their smartphone and computers, and they have a lot of stress, and they don't have enough sleep or rest. A study by Kim 2021 shows that people who sit for more than 10 hours a day have a higher the risk of dying early. Another study by Zosa 2020 said that sitting too long can cause heart problems, cancers, diabetes, weak bones, and even depressions. Therefore, people need to rest. However, they also need to rest in a healthy way. Bears sleep in safe place during the cold winter. They don't eat, don't drink, don't move for 3 to 6 months. This long sleep is called hibernation. Even though they don't move, they don't get weak. Their heart rate become very slow, about 75% less. Although their body temperature stays normal. According to French et al. 2020, shows that bears use their fat for energy and keep their body warm. And healthy during winter sleep. Usually, when animals don't move, their muscles and bones get weak. This also happens to humans. For example, people in bed for a long time or astronauts in space lose muscle and bone. However, bears are different. A study by Barnes et al. 2016 found that bears don't pee or poop for months. Nevertheless, their bodies don't get sick due to the fact that their bear recycle waste way to stay clean. Bears recycle waste inside their bodies. They use old materials to make new things like protein and water. This is a very smart way to stay clean and healthy with no food and no water. If a human were to go without eating, drinking, or moving for a long time, they get sick quickly and muscles get small, bones are weak, and blood doesn't flow well. However, bears show that it's possible to rest a long time and still stay healthy if the body knows how to do it. Humans have stress and poor sleep. Bears have deep rest and no stress. Choose. If I could be reborn, I would be a bear. This is reference. Thank you all the Thank you all panelists for interesting discussion on the topic. Which animal would be best to be reborn as? First, Soho chose the orca. He said that orca is very strong because they have power, intelligence, and great physical ability. Next, Haruto chose the eagles. He feels that eagles shows power and calmness, freedom and responsibility, and both strength and clear thinking. Then Kosuke chose the cat. He said that cats are not only cute and also but also good for human health. Finally, I chose the bear. I said that bears can rest for a long time in healthy and stress-free and return to activity with no problem. Then let me start the Q&A session by asking you guys a question. If you had a represent yourself as an animal, which one would best describe you? Let us first hear your opinion, Soho.
If I were animals, I would say I'm hippopotamus because of I used to be a swimmer and baseball player, so I can move fast both in water and on land.
I would compare myself to cat. Cat is calm, quiet, and independent. Like them, I don't like to rush, and I prefer to doing things. I prefer to doing things on my pace and keeping relaxed.
If I were to compare to an animal, I think I would be a turtle. Turtle are not the forest of the freshest animals, but they move at their own pace and stay steady. I'm not someone who rushes into things. I prefer to take my time, think things thought, and do things carefully, even if it takes a bit longer. Also, turtles carry their homes on their backs, which remind me of how I often enjoy being in my own space. I feel most comfortable when things are calm and familiar, rather than loud or chaotic. Even so, turtle seems slow. They keep going without giving up. I'm not especially competitive or bored, but I try to be consistent. I believe small steps can still lead to good results in the long run. So while I may not stand out right away, I think being like a turtle shows that steady effort and patience can be strength too.
Thank you all for making this session. Let's give big hand to the panelists.
Thank you very much.